my name is Deborah and this is my channel Stitch the Stash. Today is Thursday, January 2nd, 2020. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Day and that you had a lot of relaxing time and maybe got some extra stitching in and maybe had a brand new start like I did yesterday. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your first time checking me out, I hope you enjoy. My channel is all about cross stitch. However, today is not going to be a typical weekly, bi-weekly update where I show you all of my cross stitching that I've been working on, any purchases I might have, any stitch kindness. Today, I'm bringing you my 2019 WIP Parade. And even though I know we're already in 2020, that feels weird to say. I can't believe it. I am going to show you all the projects that I carried over from 2019. I did have a new start yesterday and you will not see that in this WIP Parade. I'm containing it all to 2019 or older projects. The new start you'll see in my next update video. So I have a lot to share with you today. I have 44 WIPs to show you. I will show you each and every single one in order from oldest to most current. And I will just give you the basic information of name of pattern, designer, and the fabric I am stitching it on. So let's go ahead and get started. My oldest WIP is Alice by Brooke's Books Publishing. She is from the Wonderland collection. I am stitching all 12 characters on the same piece of fabric. They are going to go, I believe, 4 across and 3 down, and this is where I'm at with her. I am stitching this on 28 count Joblin in the color Denim. And yep, I don't have much done on her. I don't even have her character started, just a little checkered boardwalk and some grass. She needs work this year. She is on my WIP Go board to be finished this year, hopefully. My second WIP is from the Jim Shore Monograms book that was put out by Mill Hill. I am stitching the letter B for my last name and going to be making this into a wedding sampler for me and my husband. This is where I'm at with it. I am stitching it on an 18 count Ada by Picture This Plus in the color Earthen. I did change out some of the original colors. I believe a few of the bluish purples I had changed to pink, and I left a couple of purples in. But yeah, this is also on my WIP Go board to be finished this year. Hopefully we can get it done. My next project is Butterflies by Stitchrovia. I started this during Stitch Mania in 2018. I have not much done on it. I would like to get her done this year. I am stitching it on 32 count Lugana in Bittersweet Light, and this is where I'm at with it. As you can see, yes, not much progress on this. I also have this on my WIP Go board for a finish this year. So hopefully I can get, if I don't finish it, at least I would like to have at least half of it done, but we'll see. My next WIP is Cat Lessons for People by Lizzie Kate. Love this project. I would like to get this done this year. I did not put it on my WIP Go board, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go for a finish. I am stitching this on 18 count Ada Vintage Country Mocha, and it's still in the scroll rods, so I need to hold it like this so you can see it. I have almost all of the words done, just a couple little words that need to be done at the lower left hand corner, and then the majority of the motifs, and then the block of letters at the top. Really not much left to do on this, so I don't see why I couldn't get it done this year. Love it. My next project is May by the Cricket Collection. Another Mania start from 2018. Would like to get it done this year. It is on my WIP Go board, and this is where I'm currently at with it. I am just stitching it on a 32 count. I think it's antique white Joblin. And I just need to finish off the A, the Y, and a couple of the motifs at the end, and then on the, I believe that is a B skep. So, like to get this one done too. Next up is my nemesis project, Lantern Lane by Little House Needleworks. Another Mania start from 2018. Oh, and I said in my last video that she's my nemesis because whenever I seem to dedicate time in a month to work on her, something happens and I just don't get much done. So this is where it currently is at, as you can see. Yep, not much done. I am stitching this on 28 count Monaco and the color is called Tea Dyed. I did not coffee and tea dye this. It's just the natural linen and that's what they called it. So, yep. I did get more of the roof done on the 1.5 days or hours. Yeah, 1.5 hours of working on this in December. More of the roof. This is on my WIP board. I would like to get it done this year. It's my nemesis. I want it to be hanging on my wall for Christmas. Then I have Pretty Little San Francisco by Satsuma Street. It's another of my Mania starts from 2018, and I worked on it quite a bit this year due to magical stitches, and I almost completed it, and this is where I'm at with it. I probably have a good... If I dedicated a couple weeks to this, I would probably have it done real soon. This is on a 32 count Lugana dyed by Silk Weaver in the color Autumn Blush. Absolutely love it. It is on my WIP board for a finish this year. Love all the colors in there. Then I want to call this Nemesis project number 2. Kitty Litter by Dimensions Gold Kit. I've said this before, this is the pattern that got me back into cross-stitching back in 2017. I started it on the kit Ada, and I decided that I wanted to switch it out for an even weave fabric, so then I restarted it, I believe this past August. And this is my start. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Again, these are all half stitches, and I believe in my last video I said that they're using 5 strands of thread, and I find it to be quite bulky on this 32 count. It's a 32 count Lugana in ivory, and it's too bulky, so I'm probably going to rip this out and restart it so I can actually work on this. I might actually use this project for full coverage fanatics challenge maybe, or one of the year-longs and magical stitches, so I can maybe make some good progress on that this year. Then I have my mystery Steotch from 2018. I had considered UFOing this project, but then I put it on my WIP board because I would actually like to finish it and make it into a project bag like Caitlin from Big Apple Stitching did with hers. It's really cute. And this is all where I'm at. Yep. Still says 69, but the pattern, of course, was completely released by the end of December 2018, and it is create your own ending, and mine will be cats. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see how much I can get done. I prefer to have this as a finish this year, and this is being stitched on a 32 count Joplin in white. My 10th WIP is Bloom by With Thy Needle and Thread. It's actually Bloom Where You're Planted. Love it. I want to get it finished this year. It is on my WIP board to finish, and this is where I'm at. I'd say I'm probably 50% done. The fabric is a 32 count linen by R&R, and the color is Espresso. And yeah, I love it, and I want to get it done. My next WIP is a fan favorite when I was showing it, and I absolutely love it. It is Fall into Winter by Ships Manor. I have it on my WIP board to get it done this year. Love it. And this is where I'm at with it. I am stitching this on 32 count Belfast linen, dyed by Ship's Manor in the color Mummy Wraps. And every time I picked it up to stitch on it this past year, I said, why did I put it down? So my goal is to get it done this year. My next WIP is another Brooks Books Publishing. This is Dorothy Gale in the Wizard of Oz series. Again, I am doing all 12 characters on the same piece of fabric, all in one row. And this is where I'm at. Not even a full yellow brick road is complete. And I actually think I'm missing. No, not missing any stitches. She's on my WIP board to be finished this year because when I did the Scarecrow, it only took me a couple weekends to do. They stitch up really fast. This is actually, the fabric is 28 count Joblin in the color Coffee. And like I was saying, they stitch up really fast, so I don't see why I could not get her done this year. Then we have Ice Cats by Soda Stitch. I love this project. When I first saw Caitlin from Big Apple Stitching, when she had finished hers, I said I needed it in my life, so I hunted it down and started it. And here's where I'm at on it. The fabric is a 28 count Lugana. It is hand-dyed Happiness, hello, words, and the color is Strawberry Jam. So I have the center cat completely done with the exception of backstitch, and then I started the one next to it. I have it on my WIP board for a finish this year. Now we're on to pile number 2. Next project is Turn, Turn, Turn by Noteworthy Needle. I started this project when I went and took a class at New Jersey Needleworkers Delight with Carmen, Broadway Stitcher, and Caitlin at Big Apple Stitching. We took this class together, and it's a super cute finished item. And this is where I'm at with it. Yeah, not very far along. The fabric is a 32 count linen by Witchelt in the color Sea Spray. We received everything as a kit. And we did not work on it in class. We learned how to finish it in class, and then we were sent home with the stitching. And I think I sat down and worked on this for one day. I considered UFOing this year. I'm not 100% sure because I do like it. So it's going to stay in the WIP pile for now. And if I can bring myself to work on it, I will. Then we have Birdie Holiday by Lizzie Kate. I started this last December when I was going to have 12 new starts. This was one of them. Super adorable. And this is where I'm at. I believe it's definitely 2 days worth of work. And the fabric is a 32 count Lugana in the color Rustic Blue. Then we have another Lizzie Kate, and it is the Tiny Tidings 5, 6, 7. I always have to count my Roman numerals. And I am doing Santa Claus. And there's my start. One day. That's it. The fabric is a 32 count linen by R&R in the color Espresso. This is definitely on my WIP board this year to be finished. I don't see why I can't knock this one out quickly. Then I have Button Up by the Prairie Schooler. Started this on Christmas Day last year as part of a sale that Helen D. and Misty Purcell were created, and I said, why not? Let me join in. And here is my fabulous one-day start. I am stitching this on a 32 count Lugana. It is dyed by Luminous Fiber Arts, and the color is Snow Day. I do have this on my WIPCO board for this year as a finish. I would like it done. Then we have Santa Train Stocking by Stony Creek. This is another project that is on my WIPCO board that I want done by the end of this year. It does not need to be FFO'd, just be done. And this is where I'm at. Let me get that thread. Not bad. I worked on this a lot for Magical Stitches this year, so my plan of attack this year was Magical Stitches last year because we are in 2020. This year, my plan is to work on this for at least 30 minutes every Sunday, so I can hopefully achieve my goal of finishing it by the end of this year. And this is being stitched on a 32 count Lugana in white. All right, now we're up to what was Nemesis project number 3, but I got over it. I love it. I'm working on my Hade, which is QS Lavender Roses, and the QS is for quick stitch. And here we are. I definitely put in over 1,000 stitches on it this year. Once I got it restarted for the 3rd time and got my groove down, figured out how it was going to work for me. And as you can see, this right here is one of the bottom roses. Love seeing that detail. I am stitching this on 25 count easy grid, and I'm stitching it 1 over 1. My next project is Spring by the Cricket Collection. This is on my WIPCO board this year, and this is the project that was pulled to work on in the month of January. So I'm excited to see how much I can get done on this year, this month, because I want this as a finish this year. And here's where I'm at with it. Big, huge, whopping start on the S. The fabric is a 32 count Joblin dyed by Fiberlicious, and the color is Dusty Rose. Up next is my Nora Corbett, and this is a Geranium. She is on my WIPCO board. She will be done this year. I have another project that I want to start, and I won't until this one is done. Here's where I'm at. I worked on her quite a bit the past couple months for Magical Stitches and got quite a bit of her dress done. I started on her wings. I started doing her skin. The fabric is a 28 count cashel linen dyed by Silk Weaver in the color Cinnamon Roll. Couldn't remember if it was Cinnamon Toast or Cinnamon Roll. Next up is Roses Embroidery by Gara. Michelle Bendy Stitchy had shown this in one of her videos last year. I fell in love with it, so then I said I needed to have it, and I started it. And here we go. I worked on her for Magical Stitches a couple assignments this year. I don't have a ton done on her, but I'm really happy with what I do. I love the colors, how they pop on this fabric. This is a 32 count Lugana by Picture This Plus in the color Discord, and I just think especially these tealy greens are just absolutely stunning. She is not on my WIPCO board to be finished, so it's just stitch on what I can on her this year. Now we're back to Brooks Books Publishing and Wonderland. My next WIP is the Mad Hatter. I started him for Magical Stitches, and I've worked on him several times for Magical Stitches, and this is where I'm at with him. Definitely quite a bit more done on him than on Alice, as you can see. And before his checkerboard border matches up with Alice, I will frog hers because his is in the correct color. But yeah, I do have this on my WIPCO board for a finish this year. Then we have another Brooks Books Publishing in the Wonderland collection, and we have the White Rabbit. I started him for a Magical Stitches assignment also, and this is where I'm at with him. He has feet and a beginning of some pants. I do have him on my WIPCO board for a finish this year. Then we have Button Box by Blackbird Designs, and it is in the In Friendship's Way book, and this is where I'm at with it. It came out to play for several Magical Stitches assignments, And I don't have this on my WIP board. I don't know what I was thinking, because I would like to have it done this year, but we'll just see how much I can get done. The fabric is, it's a 32 count linen dyed by Barbarall Creations in the color Brick Dust. Now we're on to pile number 3. So we're up to WIP number 27, and that is Alice in Wonderland by Maria Bravko. I purchased the kit from Stitch EU. I had been watching Michelle Bendy stitch on this for so long this past year that I said I wanted her to for myself. Super cute and adorable. And this is where I'm at with her. A teeny tiny start. I think I probably only have a couple of hours worth of work here. The fabric is a 32 count Belfast linen by Color and Cotton in the color Grapefruit. And that is pretty accurate. But yeah. I started in the center, and the center start was blends. Lots of blends in this. But Michelle finished hers, has it framed and hanging, and I absolutely love it. So I would like to work on her more this year. I don't have her slated for a finish, but I would like to work on her more. Next up is Panda by Magic Needle. This came as a kit. I saw Yantina Stitches working on this past year. She stitched it up as a birth sampler for a friend of hers. I thought it was too cute. I had to have it too. And here is where it's at. Not a whole lot of progress, not bad. I was taking this to work, and this was my lunch stitching for a while, and then it just didn't work with any more Magical Stitches assignments, so it got put to the side. But I do have this on my WIP board for a finish this year. The fabric is a 28 count Lugana by hand dyed by Stephanie in the color Tropical, and it's getting washed out in the screen, but it's super cute. Then my next WIP is Harvest Chockful by Hand On Design. I started this as a birthday start for Climbing Stitcher this year. We both started it together. When I found out she was starting it, I said, hey, I have it. Let me start it with you. And she already finished hers. It's gorgeous. Go check it out. She had put a picture of it on her Instagram account. But I want to have mine finished before her birthday this year so I can start something new with her. And here's where I'm at with mine. Not a huge start. It's a few days worth of work. I did pick it up the other day to put some more stitches in it. The fabric is a 32 count. Let me see, it's a 32 count Lugana. It's dyed by Garibaldi's Needlework and is the color Midnight. So I have a lot of work cut out for me. This is on WIP board to be finished, but I need it finished by June. I want to have it finished by the end of June. Yep. Then we have Purple Martin Apiary by the Shakespeare Peddler. I won this off a Michelle Bendy Stitchy auction. Super excited. She did send a piece of Ada fabric with it, but it wasn't big enough to fit it, so I picked my own fabric from my stash. And here is my start. The color of the fabric is not accurate. I didn't iron it, so it's hard to see, but I have started the top border, and then I started the border coming down, and I'm like at the halfway point with the border down on the right side. So not much work on it this year. Before I forget, the fabric is a 28 count Jocelyn by Color and Cotton in the color Canyon. Not on my WIP board for a finish, but I would like to get more progress done on it this year. Then my next WIP was started at the New Jersey FlossTubers retreat this past year. Carmen Broadway Stitcher, Abby Top Knot Stitcher, and I started it together. It is Winter by Rosewood Manor. And here is as far as I am. This is only a couple hours worth of work. I am stitching this on a 32 count, I believe it's Joblin, yeah, 32 count Joblin and antique white. I am using the threads that came in the kit. So yeah, I don't have it marked for a finish this year, but I definitely, should work more on it this year. Just it needs more love than what it got. Then we have my birthday start, which was Witch by La Di Da. Absolutely love her. I had several people start this with me for my birthday this past year, and I absolutely loved seeing everyone's progress on this. I don't think any of us are done. Some of us are definitely further along. But yeah, I want her done before my birthday this year so I can have a new start for my birthday this year. And here is where I'm at with mine. The fabric is a 32 count linen by Color and Cotton in the color Onyx. And I chose Gloriana Silk Floss in strawberry, I think it's strawberry parfait. I'm not 100% sure, but I absolutely love how this is stitching up. This is definitely slated for a finish this year. I looked. The thread color is Carmine Rose, not even close to Strawberry Parfait. Then my next WIP is Sunny Sunflower by Cherished Stitches. I purchased this while I was at StitchCon from Keepsakes this year. This is my memory piece. When it is done, I will have someone make it into a drum for me. It certainly won't be made by me. My finishing skills are not quite there. But yeah, I'll have it finished into a drum. I actually have the wool felt too that I purchased from Keepsakes to make it into the drum. And this is where I'm at with it. I'm currently working on it right now for Magical Stitches, and this is my other WIP Go piece that was drawn for the month of January. It is slated for a finish this year, so I'm excited to see how much I can get done on it this month alone. The fabric is an R&R 32 count linen in the color Creek Bed Brown, and all the floss colors are silks that a lovely Keepsakes assistant helped me convert, because the existing silks on the pattern, I don't know, I've never heard of them, and I wasn't going to go hunt for them, so I went ahead and kitted it up with these silks. And this was the first time I actually purchased silks. I treated myself. Love it. Excited to see where I get with it this year. And when I say excited to see where I get with it this year, I mean excited to have it finished. Next up is Tired Trio by Plum Street Samplers. Climbing Stitcher and I and a bunch of other people on Instagram, we all started this for Labor Day weekend, and yeah, some people finished already, and I'm close to a finish. I could have finished this past year, but my stitching took me elsewhere for the last couple months of the year, but I don't have much done. I just need to finish off the little cute little faces and put in a little bit more. I need to put the bee in and put in a little bit more of these little flower little drops, and then it will be done. This project definitely was my nemesis during the past couple of months. It is Arranging Tools by Ink Circles. I believe when I last shared it with you guys, I said it was going to be a Christmas present, so I needed to get it done in November. Yeah, that didn't happen. And here we are. It's just over half done. I had so many frogging mistakes, things I just had to frog out over and over, because apparently I cannot count. So it didn't get it done, but I will be finishing it this year, and it will be gifted this year. I even purchased the frame to frame this, so it has to get done. The fabric is a 30 count Weeks Dye Works in the color Baby's Breath. Then we have Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. This was my high tea start in September, and this is where I'm at with it. I got a lot of attention this past fall because it fell into working with a lot of magical stitches assignments. The fabric is a 36 count linen by Fiberlicious, and the color is Jack-o'-lantern. Yep, Jack-o'-lantern. And I'm using all the called for colors. We're in the home stretch now, my friends. We're on the last pile. WIP number 37 is Garden of Erie by Plum Street Samplers. I had been wanting to start this since fall of 2018, and I actually finally started it at the end of October this year. Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. We both started it on the same day, and we both are in the same state of, I think we both only worked on it for one day. However, she got more stitches in than I did. Here's my fabulous start. That is the center of the tree. This will get more love this year for sure. The fabric is a 32 count linen by Under the Sea Fabrics in the color Nessie. And then we have Toil and Trouble by Plum Street Samplers. This was my October high tea start. Again, something that I had kitted since October 2018 but never started, so I started it this year. Well, this past year. And I'm rocking with another start. This actually is a couple days worth of work, maybe a couple hours each day. And the fabric is a 32 count Joblin by Coloring Cotton in the color Spellbook. This will definitely get more love this year too. Then we have the Tiny Monograms Halloween Stitch Along Mystery Series, which of course is no longer a mystery because it came out in 2017. I started this on Halloween this year. And I have a pretty good start on it. The border is probably 3/4 the way done. Once I started it on Halloween, it became my lunchtime knitting for a little bit just so I could work on the border. The fabric is a 28 count Lugana in the color, oh, it's a Joblin, excuse me, in the color Stormy Gray. This will get more love this year too. Next up is the December monthly thread pack from Little House Needleworks. This was my fourth monthly start in the series that I was going to do one every month last year. I started the December because I needed it for magical stitches. And here's where I'm at with it. Not bad. It actually will probably only need a couple weekends worth of work to finish. This is, and all of these are being stitched on the same fabric, which is a 28 count Lugana in the color Mushroom. And then my next start was Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. This was my November high tea start, and I was one of the lucky individuals that was able to purchase the Mommy bag with the pattern and the threads when Stephanie from Lindy Stitches had them in her shop. They went very quickly. And here's where I'm at with it. Worked on it for a few days. I'm actually really loving this, stitching this, and I am using the called for fabric, which is a 36 count linen by Picture This Plus in the color Oaken. And definitely want to give it more love this year. I don't think it's going to be finished. It's a little bit of a big pattern, so, but definitely it will see more time this year. Now we're down to new starts that you have not seen yet because I have not done an update video since November 3rd. So the first pattern was Judge Not by Plum Street Samplers, and that's the pattern. I've had this kitted up since the fall of 2018. This was something that I had said I wanted to start in 2019, and I did. I'm going to stitch all the sheep, but I'm going to leave the words off. I think it's super cute. And here's my start. I only worked on it for one day, and I tell you what, y'all, these sheep are addictive. It's just like, oh, one more outline, one more outline, one more outline. And the fabric is a 32 count linen. It's dyed by Silk Weaver in the color Parisian Taupe. And even though I didn't say it's not on my board as WIP Go board as being marked for a finish, but it sure would be nice to finish this one this year. It's too adorable. Then my next start came out of this World of Cross Stitch magazine. I believe it's issue number 273. I started, you saw my finish parade in my last video. You saw one of these already finished. But these is the tartaned ABCs. All right, so I showed you that I had finished the K, and then I started the E. And y'all, I am almost done with it. It just needs a little bit of fill-in, and then it needs the back stitch. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana an opalescent white. This was supposed to be a little ornament finish for my husband for Christmas, and I just ran out of steam. Yeah, so this will be finished very soon because I want to FFO it the same time as I FFO this one. All right, this is my last WIP, WIP number 44, my last WIP in 2019, and it is Goody Grimwood and by Plum Street Samplers. This was my December high tea start. And my amazing start is this. I started the massive hill of grass. Now, I'm pretty proud of this because I'm still sick. I was sick on Sunday, and I still managed to sit down and get a few stitches in on this, and I'm really happy. The fabric is a 36 count linen by R&R in the color Iced Cappuccino. All right, my friends, that is it. All 44 WIPs have been shown. That is what I've carried into 2020 with me from 2018 and 2019. I'm super excited to see how much I can accomplish this year. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful beginning of your new year and that you get lots of stitchy time in. And until I see you again with my next update video, happy stitching, everyone.